Hey guys! So I've officially been in Norway for 30 days now, and so it was about time that I made a Canadian girl Norwegian survival guide, but I think you can relate to it even if you're not a Canadian girl. Let's get started. Number one, do not brag under any circumstances. So one night when I was in Lofoten last week, we spent an evening with our Airbnb host at a bar, just chatting with him, getting to know him and his friend. I made the mistake of saying that, oh my god, I guessed one of the people's star signs that we were with, on the first guess, and I was really proud of that. And then they kind of looked at me like, so full disclosure, I was like, oh, sorry guys, I know you guys probably don't like it when people brag. And they're like, yeah, no, we don't like it. You're supposed to just, other people can brag for you, but you're not allowed to brag for yourself. But, you know what? The second guy, not our Airbnb host, Andreas, but his friend, was telling me that it's more of what he thinks, at least, and Norwegians actually, envy a little bit the fact that other people can brag about things because they're taught to be so modest and humble, and sometimes you just do want to brag about what you can do. And I don't think it's considered bragging. But anyway, not about my opinion. Do not brag in Norway. 2, don't small talk. Norwegians do not enjoy small talk. I've had 2 different occasions where this has happened. One of them was in class. I was paired up with a Norwegian guy and we were supposed to discuss a couple of topics. We start talking about the topics, and then the kind of person I am is I like to get to know people when I'm speaking to them. So I started asking him a couple of personal questions, and he just was not having it. He was like, yeah, so Uber, and just went back into the topic completely, which I understand. They don't see the value in small talk. They prefer to just get into the deep stuff, or just, if it's a classroom setting, it's a classroom setting. But then I had a similar incident going to a party and meeting a couple of Norwegians there, and I was trying to have small talk again, and they just went into politics with me, just straight up went into it. And you know what? I appreciate that. I think the way they see it is, if there's no value in what you're saying, let's just stop right there. 3, you have to buy the Metro Pass. You can use the T-Bane, you can use the buses, the tram. Some people don't get it, I guess, because they think, well, nobody's checking. I mean, you don't need to show it before you get onto any of these, but they have controls and they go around quite frequently. I've already been checked quite a bunch of times. There have been incidents where I've almost forgotten it at home and I was like, oh, whatever. What are the chances I get checked? And I have been checked. So buy the Metro Pass. 4, don't litter because they will find you. I've had a couple friends, if you even throw something next to the garbage can, you'll get an email. The incidents my friends have been through the university. I don't know how they know it's you. I don't know where the cameras are, but they find you and they fine you. Okay, so do not litter. The garbages are usually full. Squeeze it in there. Squeeze it in there as if your life depended on it, because honestly, it might. I'll get to prices in Norway later. 5, if you dress warmly, you are a foreigner. And it's just how it is. I went into my first day of classes wearing my hiking boots, my huge Aritzia coat with a scarf and a hat and gloves. I walk in, everybody is in light coats, maybe a bit of fur on the coat, designer sneakers, and a purse. And I was shocked and I felt like such a foreigner. It's just how it is. You don't dress for warmth here. You dress for style, and I don't know, maybe they're used to it. But yeah, after that I stopped dressing warmly for class. 6. So number 5 makes it tricky for number 6, because number 6 is you need to learn to walk on ice very well. At least compared to Canada, Norway, the pedestrian walkways are not really salted. I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, it's pretty frequently that they would have to salt them, so it's pretty tricky, but you really have to learn to survive and walk on ice, and it's normal to look around and see everybody like walking like penguins, because if you fall, like, it's done, because it's a lot of hills too. So to get to class, there's like 2 big hills that I have to walk down every day, and it's literally Survivor. And you see people falling, it's like the most dramatic thing. Every man for himself. If one person falls, you're like, no, but then you can't really do anything because then you go down with them. But you know what? Norwegians are troopers, because I see them with their strollers doing this, and the baby's like looking up at the mom like, ma, like, please. So really, I can't even complain. But when I'm wearing my Converse and I'm on that ice, it's game over. It really is. 7, do not be too friendly right away. I've had several incidents where I've been called out by some Norwegians because when I meet someone, I'm very smiley, I'm very enthusiastic, very engaging, and to them, it makes them very nervous and skeptical, because they're like, why are you being so friendly, and what's your motive? Another thing also, and 4 different Norwegians have told me this, because I asked them about it, because one person, the first guy that said it to me, I was like, I took it to heart, I took it so personal. I was like, well, you know, we have to be friendly, or else why would anybody want to be friends with me, or why would anybody want to get to know me, you know, if I'm just standoffish and dry. But I've asked a few Norwegians at this point, and they've all told me the same thing, which is that they want to earn your friendliness, and they want to feel like it's something special. So if you're friendly to them, they want to know, like, I earned that, and it's special, because not everybody gets that. 8, do not, under any circumstances, convert everything back into your own currency, because your mind will explode, because everything is so expensive here, like insanely expensive. And I guess that's the price of a good quality of life. I realized I was paying like over $10 for a loaf of bread, and over $8 for a tall Starbucks drink. Everything is overly expensive, but you just learn to accept it. Just accept the krone, accept the Norwegian krone and how money you're spending, and just leave it in the past. 9, Oslo is so safe, and everyone speaks English really, really well. So you don't actually have to learn Norwegian. Norway is so safe that our Airbnb didn't lock. There was no lock. It was open the whole time. And the key was just like a prop, because you weren't really, like, we didn't use it. We couldn't use it. It wouldn't work. So yeah, Norway is very safe, and people are very friendly. I would say very kind people. And 10, unfortunately, you can't always see the Northern Lights. I did not know that. I was not aware until I got here, but it's really all luck. Like, you can book a trip for $800 to go to the north and hope to see them, and book a tour and all this stuff, and then it might be raining that day, or it might be foggy, and if it's raining and it's foggy, you're not seeing them. So I'm actually going to Tromsø this weekend, which is the north of Norway. That's the place to go to see the Northern Lights. I'm praying that I see them. I booked a couple of tours with some friends. I really want to see them, even if it's just for a couple minutes. They just come and go. Like, that's okay. Just come. So I'm really excited. I will vlog from there. I hope this helped you guys if you ever want to go to Norway, which you should, because it's beautiful. Just save up. Know the culture, and don't be too friendly. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. Bye!